Hello everyone, I'm here with Venetia Taylor from Grandma's Lalita's Kitchen on Instagram. Venetia also works for the General Optical Council, which is our regulator for the optometrists, so I thought she'd be the perfect person to ask to demonstrate an eye-friendly dish for us.
Thank you so much for having me, Denise, and thank you everyone. And I just want to thank Tesco's as well for donating all these ingredients for me to be able to cook today. So today I'm going to be cooking a sweet corn dish called Maki no Chutney. It's a traditional recipe that we make at home. And as you can see, it's made, the base is sweet corn, which is packed with lots of eye vitamins and really good for eye health. I'm also going to be making a chutney called green chutney that's accompanied with that dish, and the base is coriander, again dark greens packed with lots of vitamins and really healthy. So I'm going to start off with making the green chutney first, and then I'll make the sweet corn dish and show you how to make that. So you need a bunch of coriander, a bunch like this will do. And all you need to do is, we use the whole stem. My grandma was really particular that you don't waste food, and all you do is just chop the ends off, which is a little bit dry at the end, so you just do that. You can either use your hands or you can use a knife, and we just put it into a blender. You can either put the bunch as it is, washed, in the blender if you don't feel comfortable using a knife, or just rough chop it like I have done here and just pop that into a blender. Pop that in without trying not to make a mess. And then you put in some lemon juice. You can use fresh lemon juice or you can use a bottle, so whichever you feel comfortable with. Let's just pop that in there. I would say about 3-4 tablespoons, or just roughly how much to taste. I would put about this much garlic, so just 3/4. You can always put more at the end. I would say either 1 or 2 teaspoons, but I'm going to put 1 just depending on how much spice you like. But I'll start off with 1 and we can always add more afterwards. And then I've got garlic over here. Yep, 1 teaspoon of garlic as well. Actually, I might put a little bit more because I do like garlic, but again, it's to taste. And 1 teaspoon of salt. So it's very simple. It's just literally 1 teaspoon of everything, and if you want to put more you can do at the end. You can also put a tomato. Again, red, orange and yellow is really good for eye vitamins and eye health, so definitely sticking a tomato in there. Again, you can, if you don't feel comfortable using a knife, you can get little tomatoes and just pop it in the blender, but if you feel comfortable using a knife, then just again, it doesn't need to be a particular size, you can just pop it in there. And just to help it blend along, we'll just put a little bit of water. So I'm just gonna see if I can, brilliant. So I'm just gonna put in some water as well. Again, just a drop just to help it blend. And I think, yeah, that's it. It's really simple. So now I'm just about to blend it all. Okay, so that's all blended now. So I'm just going to take that off the blender and just pop it into a bowl. And just literally pour it into a bowl. And just, this is my favourite tool ever, and it's just really useful to have. And you can just take all the excess chutney or sauce into the pan, into the bowl. So all we do now is give it a stir, and just, I'm going to try it just to make sure it's got enough spices and if it needs anything else. No, that's pretty good. So this is our Grandma Lalita's signature green chutney, packed with lots of eye vitamins. So I've got, the base is sweet corn, and all I've done is blitz it for a couple of seconds in the blender, and I've also got some whole sweet corn, I would say about 50 grams as well. So the first thing I do is put about a tablespoon of oil in the pan and just let that heat up for a second or two. And the next thing we'll be putting in is cumin. which is really, really healthy. It's got lots of health benefits. So I'd say about half a teaspoon of cumin. And just let that sizzle a little bit. And I would say about 3/4 teaspoon of sesame seed as well. And just put that in. You don't let it cook, you don't let this cook for too long, it's just a second or two for it to sizzle. And just grab my spoon here and I just put the crushed sweet corn into the pan. Put that in there. And then I pop in the whole sweet corn as well and just give it a good stir. I'd let this cook for about a minute and just mix the sweet corn and sesame seeds together. If you're using frozen sweet corn, it will probably need an extra couple of minutes. Today I've used a tin sweet corn, so it cooks relatively quickly, but if you frozen's absolutely fine, but just to make sure you know the difference of that, the cooking times. But other than that, it's still relatively quickly. I think frozen will probably add an extra 5 minutes to the cooking time. So that's great. So the next thing we put is half a teaspoon of turmeric. I'll say half a teaspoon of salt as well. You can always add more salt if needed. And then I've got some garlic. Again, half a teaspoon of garlic. I would say between half a teaspoon of green chilies or 1 teaspoon, depending on how much you like spice. But I'm going to put half a teaspoon today. And half a teaspoon of ginger as well. Just give that a good stir. We also add about 3 tablespoons of milk to this dish. It just makes it really, really creamy and it goes really well with sweet corn. If you're vegan though, don't worry about it, you can just add a little bit of water. So I'll just put about 3 to 4 tablespoons of milk and just let that cook. Just give it a good stir so the milk and the spices can mix together. So I would say I would let that cook for about 3 to 5 minutes and it should be done. Brilliant. So as you can see, this is cooked now. It was probably cooking for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's really, really quick, really, really simple. So now all we've got to do is dish it up. So just get a healthy sized bowl, a breakfast bowl will do. I would say this will serve about 2 people. So just put that in there. So that's mucking chunda, and you serve it with green chutney. So I usually put a dollop on the side, and it's traditionally eaten with sev, which is just like crunchy, made out of like chickpea flour, deep fried. It's the naughty part of the dish, but you only use a little bit, so it's all about balanced diet. So you just put a little bit on the top, and you only put it at the top the moment you're about to eat it. So yeah, that's ready. So that's green chutney with muffin chunda with sev.